Greetings, family. One love. Welcome back to my channel. All right. I know you've all been following the news that one of the popular YouTubers named Nino Brown had a little conflict with NBA YoungBoy, and I think he was flying out to his city to have a conversation with him. But family, our brother just posted a video today that I felt very inspired to comment on because he spoke about the fact that our energy is contagious. You know, he compared it and he likened it to the coronavirus. That when you encounter people, you have to actually have some close proximity to them for it to transfer, right? And he said that, you know what, it's the same way that when you encounter people who have some negativity in their consciousness or some unresolved conflicts, that somehow this will also affect you, right? And so you might be a person with good intentions, and many times you might find that as a good listener, right, you are the confidant or the friend of people who have problems, right? You might find that very often they will come and tell you about the issues that they might be encountering right now. And oftentimes they might need you to give them some advice, right? But when I listened to this brother speak about these ideas, it really resonated with me because I often have conversations with people about roughly the same thing, because you will find that many times people are only comfortable telling their confidant their problems, right? They might tell you about a conflict or feud that they are having with another individual, but really, the only person who is hearing all of the vitriol, all of the anger, all of the frustration is you, the confidant. You listen to them, they basically fill you up with their negativity. And oftentimes, you will find yourself divorcing yourself of a lot of energy, a lot of positivity, filling them up, trying to really console them, trying to oftentimes um, quell the frustration that they might be facing. Okay, and so what I'm saying, I believe it's still important to be a listening ear when people are in times of grief or in stress or struggle. But you have to recognize that this can also have a negative repercussion on you. Because I listened to the brother carefully and it reminded me of some thoughts that I intended to share. And so, being a channel that oftentimes responds to things, I feel like this was an ample opportunity for me to mention it. Because sometimes people actually do treat you like a therapist. Okay, if you're a therapist, if you're a empath, or if you're a listener, sometimes people will treat you like a therapist, and they will, I guess, expel all of their negative energy in close proximity to you. And so, family, I believe it's important to help people, but we must also recognize that people have to want to be helped. Because at a certain point, this type of relationship becomes toxic. It becomes toxic for the confidant or the listener who is oftentimes listening to the trials and the struggles of others. So people need to want to change. And if they continuously making you this dumping ground for their negative thoughts, then you need to make some distance because obviously this is a conflict that is unresolved and they have no intention of resolving it. Okay, don't let somebody make you their stress mechanism or their stress release button. Okay, family, this was something I felt I needed to share with my subscribers. Having a few encounters is so timely. If you look at the time of this video and the time of the release of Nino Brown's video, it's maybe about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, and I had some encounters that were maybe like a day or two old that fit so perfectly in the scheme of things because you will find that people will try to use you as a release, but you must be wary that they might infect you with their negativity. You might start to think of things from a cynical, vantage point. Okay, so we just have to measure out our energy. It reminds me of a presentation I saw on Neto, which was powerful. There was a brother speaking in a lecture hall. I'll have to look for his name, but I'll post it maybe in the comments. But he was speaking about the fact that we can either invest energy or we can end up leaking energy. He said that, um, everything has substance and form, okay? And we basically give credence to things based on our focus, on our intentions, you know. So it's important that we don't allow ourselves to be siphoned of our energy recklessly, whereas we can invest our energy in some type of concrete, substantial initiatives, you know. But family, just wanted to make a little diversion from the news to speak a little bit from the esoteric, from the metaphysical vantage point, and I found that this brother's video actually speaks to these issues, but basically in another set of language, in another set of terms, but they all correspond. Family, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about all these dynamics. One love.